Now, I put a lot of thought into the best way to teach this. I guess the problem I had, there's a few concepts that you need to understand, and without really understanding the background and seeing it done, the concepts can be a little bit dry. So what I came up with, what I thought the best way to do this would be to run through a really quick example and just film it, and so you can actually watch the example. Now in this example I'm going to cover stuff, I'm going to run over stuff that I haven't really covered yet, so you probably want to fully understand it, and then I'll go through and understand the concepts. So just be mindful as I'm running through this example. If it doesn't make sense, don't worry, it's all going to be clear later on. I'm just going to put it in concept so you can see me grab this bonus, and then it's going to all make sense when I explain later on what I did. So I'm just going to run you through really quickly an example of how to grab a bonus. I've chosen expect.com. The reason for that is that it's quite a generous 100% stake return bonus, so it'll be a really good one for you to start with. Now I've already opened up this page. This is the upcoming English Premiership Soccer page. English Premiership Soccer, especially the upcoming events, is a great one to grab your bonus on. I'll go into more detail about that stuff later, but just take my word for it. So I've got that page up here. I've also got the same upcoming English Premiership Soccer matches here on Betfair, which is our betting exchange side of things. Again, I'll run through a betting exchange later, but I've got these figures up here. Now what I want to look for quickly is odds that are higher than 3. Really, I want the higher the odds the better, but they need to match up with the Betfair and the expect. They need to match up so that I don't lose too much when I bet both sides. So I've already gone through and done that, so I'm not going to go through it for you now, but what I've found is that this one right here, the Everton versus Arsenal for the draw, is a great bet to bet on. So you can see here we can bet on the draw with Everton versus Arsenal at odds of 3.25, and if we go to the betting exchange, you can see that we can lay the draw, which I'll get into later on, but that basically means that we're going to bet that it's not going to be a draw, and we're going to act like the bookie, and we're going to accept odds of 3.4. Okay, so this is the bet I found. It took me 5 minutes to look through this and find it. So we're just going to run these numbers through the calculator and see what effect that has. So with expect, you can fund the account with £25, note I say pound, and receive a £25 stake return bonus. So that'll give us a total bet size of £50. Now it says dollars here, don't worry about that, it's pounds with this particular one. So we know we've got £50 to bet. We're just going to pop in our odds. It was 3.25 for the back and 3.4 for the lay. Don't forget to put in your commission rate. The betting exchange is going to charge us 5% as a commission on winnings. Now this is going to calculate everything for us. So if you look here, we already knew we had to bet $50 for the back. This is going to tell us that we want to lay $58.51. Now obviously that's a little bit too specific, so we'll just go and tweak that in this column to say $48 that we're going to lay. Now what this tells us is that our worst case is if our lay bet wins, in which case we will lose $4.40 of our £25 free bet, and our best case is that we'll lose $2.70. But either way, we've got $25 in free money and we've lost less, sorry, we've got £25 in free money and we've lost less than £5 of it. Now all we have to do is go ahead and place those bets, place $50 back at the bookmaker, lay $48 at the betting exchange. To do that we're going to need $115 in the account, and that's it. Just one thing I will quickly mention, if we do happen to win on the bookmaker side of things, we might have to do this again before we can pull any money out. So preferably we prefer to lose on the bookmaker side of things and win on the lay side of things. But no matter who wins, we're not going to lose money. It's just that there's a rollover requirement on the bookmaker side of things. But again, I'll get into this in more detail later on. I just wanted to mention that if the bookmaker side did win, we'd probably have to repeat the process before we can pull our money out. Now just note also that I didn't spend very long looking for a bet. So these odds that I've found where we lose $4 of our or £4 of our 25 pound, this is not a particularly good bet. You can get it much better than that, where you lose less or even none, or even gain a little bit. In fact, I make a good living out of that, but that's a story for another time. So I just wanted to show you a quick example. I'm going to run through it in more detail now, but it's really that simple.